Good afternoon, Facebook world. How's everybody doing today? Actually, I know how everybody's doing today. The world is in social unrest. There's a pandemic going around. People are dying and being beat in the streets. And the world is being torn upside down. That's how we all are. It's scary. It's frightening. Honestly, I didn't do one of these last night because I had a friend come visit me. We did social distancing cookout. And, so I didn't do this yesterday. I'm doing it today. Because I was up until 3 or 4 in the morning watching protests, watching people be beat in the streets, watching protesters on the sidewalks getting sprayed with mace in the face for being on the sidewalk. People with their hands up saying, don't shoot, don't shoot. Being shot in the face with pepper pellets, the news media being arrested. And then Trump coming out this morning and saying Antifa is a terrorist group when the KKK has never had that. Now, I don't know much about Antifa. I know about as much as the regular guy when it comes to that. But I don't think they should have got the classification first. Because, we have the Proud Boys out of Portland that are systematically killing people. You have the KKK who have systematically killed people over the years. I don't think, in my heart of hearts, that Antifa should have got it first. Yes, I know, rioting is bad. But rioting is a tool of people who have had enough. Do I think people should destroy businesses and things? No. I think people worked hard for those businesses. But do I get it? Yes, I get it. I get being so frustrated with a system that will not change, will not help you, that you want to burn this mother down. Sorry for the language, Grandma. I love you. But I get it. I understand that. I mean, the thing is, I don't get it, though. See, here's the thing. I don't have an opinion on abortion. You know why? Because I'm not a woman. Don't think I've earned that right. Don't think I have ever carried life inside of me. Well, the closest thing I've carried to a baby is when I ate 4 burritos from Hothead that one time. That's as close, and that's not life. So I don't have an opinion on that. I don't really have an opinion on, whether you want to believe in climate change or not. I know it's real. I can't change your mind. When it comes to racism, I know I'm not African American. I know I was born white and have had white privilege my whole life. But I have an opinion on it. Because lives in general should matter. People shouldn't have to march in the street to say, I don't want to be arrested for being the color of my skin. It's 2020, okay? 2020. Hi, Grandma. We should be past this. We should be a culture. I don't understand it. And it's because there's people out there that use systematic racism, systematic hate to make their money. They use fear to own people in that sense. We are all owned by a governmental system that doesn't give a crap about us because we live in fear. African Americans live in fear on a daily basis, which is nightmarish to me. If my children had to live in that, I would... if I had a child... Well, I do have 2 children. But if I was an African American and had a child, and I had to think about them going out into this world to deal with what's going on right now, I couldn't deal with it. I would go crazy. I would be in the streets burning down buildings and kicking in doors and screaming and marching. Because it's a normal thing. It's okay to want to destroy the world when the world is not caring about you. I was going to wait till tonight to record this, but I was out mowing and I'm just thinking. When I mow, I have time to think. It's, I have time to process these thoughts. I wanted to get them out before I lost them because I'm Captain ADHD when it comes to that. I watched last night and I watched this morning when I got up, just people peacefully protesting. People standing and sitting in the street, which, okay, here's a personal annoyance of mine today. People, if you are of my skin tone, of my heritage, deeply Irish, alright? You can't tell people what Martin Luther King Jr. would do and not do. Martin Luther King Jr. did sit-ins. He blocked streets. They marched. And you know what? People rioted back then too. People rioted in the 80s at Stonewall because they wanted rights to be homosexuals. People have rioted. That's normal. That's humanity. Okay? So please shut up about telling people how they should feel. And why it's what Martin Luther King Jr. would have done. That bothers me so much. That'd be me like... That's like me mansplaining. That is you race-splaining, okay? It is so dumb. And I don't feel that way about many things, okay? I personally watch Godzilla movies while eating Captain Crunch and acting like a nut. I do that with my life. I'm a child. But if I think what you're doing is stupid, it's stupid, okay? So we're going to digress from that me telling you you're stupid thing. I am just so sick of seeing it on the news now. And, I'm so sick of people saying that these people don't have the right to be angry. And they don't have the right to protest. And they should be protesting in other ways. They tried. I didn't understand why people were mad when people were kneeling at the flag. I still don't understand why that was a big deal. They were saying, I'm not happy with the system. I'm taking a knee. I don't understand why that's wrong. For the life of me. It's nothing against the veterans. It's against the way the world is. The world sucks right now. For so many people. And, I'm also in this thought process, just of all these protests, of all these riots in the street on both sides, this virus is going to get worse. And people are going to die. Like, literally, just to think about that. Not that anybody's really watching these things. I know, Stephanie, you are. But think about that. People believe so strongly in what they are fighting for. They know that they could end up on a ventilator, dying in the hospital, intubated. They are that upset. They are that concerned. They are that worried about how the world is. They also realize that they could, the African American people, and I watched as they threw an old man down, like an old white man like me, not old man, like a white guy, like me, old guy, to the ground. These people know that they could die, they could be beaten, and they believe it so strongly that they're willing to put their lives on the line. That should be all you need to know. If someone is willing to die for their beliefs, 9 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, they have a righteous reason behind it. And I'm ticked at Trump for not... It's not hard to be a leader. I know it's hard to be a leader. It's hard to be the president. But it's not hard to come out and say, I see your struggles. I see what you're going through. And we're going to fix this. We're going to find a way to fix this. But, I miss Obama so much. Like, this virus thing would not have been as upsetting. And I don't think these riots would have happened. I think justice would have been a whole lot swifter. The fact that the military has been called in against public citizens right now, I'm worried about the world. I'm worried about the world my kids are going to go out into. I know this isn't a big, long talk. I know this is depressing. But you guys want to know something interesting? You know what today is the 99th anniversary of? Back in 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, there was a race riot. And in that race riot, the good, poor white folk of the town and the KKK charged what was called Black Wall Street, or African American Wall Street. Well, Black Wall Street was called back then. And murdered people, drugged their bodies in the street, bombed buildings, set fire to things, decimated a whole community of African Americans because they were jealous, because they were mad for what they had that they didn't. That's 99 years ago today. And that just astounds me. That 99 years ago, almost 100 years ago, it's not changed much. And it really ticks me off that we have not changed. I'm disappointed, really. Like, I just keep hoping things will get better, and they just don't. Sorry for the sob story. Sorry for this not being as uplifting as I normally do. But I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of seeing people telling people how they should feel. I'm tired of people saying... I'm tired of the fact that we have money in the budget for tanks and riot shields and pepper guns and knee knockers and jammer devices that block cell phones. We had money for that, but we didn't have money for PPE. We didn't have the money to invest in healthcare for people. We didn't have the money to invest in college for people. We had money to subjugate and to own people with weapons. We don't have money to help. And if that doesn't tick you off, you can feel free to unfriend me, unfollow me, delete me, tell me to go bleep myself, whatever you wish to do. Because if you don't believe that is wrong, I don't know how you can like me as a person, how you can like anybody. Like I said, I'm sorry for the rant. I know this is really super early, so if you want to watch this, watch it. If you don't, you don't have to. I had thoughts. Well, as I always end these things, actually I'm going to end it a little different. If you're out there, if you're struggling, if you're fighting, if you were defending, if you were fighting, living out your life to protect rights, I love you. I am with you in here at least. I know I can't be physically. Keep up the fight. Stay safe. Make this world a better place for my kids and for your kids. And as always, I'm praying for you. And I really do mean this time. We need peace. We need love. And when this is all said and done, and we can stand together in a community without ever worrying about being arrested, we need donuts. I love you guys. Praying for you. See you next time.